Good morning, friends. How are you? I'm well by the great grace of Almighty. Hope you are not the opposite of me. Today, spontaneously, whatever comes to my mind, I will discuss about some of the important English proverb, that is the saying of the great man, and that saying actually or really bears the practical meaning. That is why these sayings are so important, and its practical value is accurate or authentic. I'm not showing you my picture, and I'm showing you the background color. You see, this is deep green, or you can say green, and this very color, green color, has a value, and it is good for your eyes, and that is why the advent of winter season has come. And if you walk outside, that we have learned from great men or our ancestors or our father, that we should walk in the morning upon the green blades of the grass, and the dews or mist, fog, whatever you say, with our barefoot. If we walk upon the green grass, then it is beneficial for our health, and that walking is very fine, and the color of the grass is also green, and it is good for our eyes. That means the reflection of that color, that is green color. So my humble request to you is that you will study deeply about the color, which is good for eyes. I may be wrong also, but you will try to study it. You will try to study deeply, and you will try to find out the merits or demerits, the flaws or the loopholes, and if my saying is proven correct, then you can utilize it. All you can then paint your house, the inside painting of your house in green color, as the reflection is good for the eyes. Green color is good. It's a suggestion or advice without any cost or free advice I'm giving to you all. I'm not taking any return for that. Hope you will study about this color, and if you think it is good, you may do the same. You may do the painting that is green color. And if you want to make video, the background color is green most of the time. The back, if you, I mean, I'm going to say the screen, the background is screen in the studio, the clothes, the made of green color, and wall green color, which becomes very fine. That is why the reflection also becomes fine, and that is why people used to make clothes of green color and put in their studio for the background color. That is also a good advantage you can do. Now coming to my point, I had already told spontaneously whatever comes to my mind about the great sayings, and that sayings have a practical value, and that people has got the experience, and by experience they told some things by their own experiments in their life, in their lifetime, and that they had told, and become a story to us and has practical value. And if we imitate them, if we follow them, and by studying their sayings, it seems that the things are of practical value and the things have authenticity. Now let's go to the whatever I had already told. Perhaps you better understand the sayings of the great men, that in English language I'm going to tell. The medium of language is English, that is proverb, that is the saying of great men, and they in their practical life had seen that very things, and that they had penned down for us, and penned down for us, which is very which is very important. And we if we deeply study them, it has got authenticity. And when we deeply study that, yeah, we think that are correct, and that um very things by their practical practical from the practical life they had made and they had pinned down for us. That is a good legacy for us. Now coming to the point is right. That is the English proverb. English, here it is in the in the language English. And proverb means, what is proverb? Proverb means the sayings. No pain, no gain. You know, that is a proverb. No pain, no gain. What is its inner idea? What is the irony of the sentence? What is the meaning contains by this sentence? Hidden meaning: no pain. If we will not clever, if we will not do hard working, if we are not laborious, then we will not get profit. To become successful, every person, everybody, every person should do hard labor. But didn't share of hard labor, one can become successful. Nobody can see the laugh of success without hard work. Not a single person in the world becomes successful without doing hard work. You cannot, you are to agree in that. It's a simple logic. This side, some of the curtains I'm showing, some light is there on this side. No, I will take it this deep side. I will not show. That is light you see. That is the curtain, and little bit light this side. If you see, this is curtain. Some light, but I will take it this side. I will show the background this side. You see, no pain, no gain means if you will not sow, as you sow, so shall you reap. That is also an English proverb. If you will to get the crops, you have to sow the seeds, and to in one day you cannot you cannot make how to cook your dal. That is Navjot Singh Sidhu used to say, एक दिन में रोटी कैसे गोला करे, ये एक दिन में नहीं सीखते हैं. That is little bit India had told. That is, in one day a girl cannot make the bread or roti, round. That is, practice makes a man perfect here. That means after practicing only, you will get the perfectness or perfect. You know, in any field, you are to do hard work for becoming successful. You can take the story of Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan. These are the famous Bollywood actors of India. You can take Hollywood also. You can take singers, then your musicians, novelists, good teachers. You see, they by dint sheer of their hard work, they become successful. If a man thinks in the halfway or midway, he will not. He has made up his mind to not to go further. Then he will not become successful. You know, that is the thing. So in between, in discussing, I had already told you two English proverb. As you saw, so shall you reap. If you plant the carrot, if the species or if the seed is a quality seed, then the carrot will become your healthy. And if you buy the seed of the carrot of inferior quality, then your carrot will be of inferior quality. That is the simple logic. As you sow, so shall you reap. That means harvesting. And to the students, friends, I'm going to tell that I am going to give you the logic. If you study hard, not hardly, you know, hardly means negating. You are not studying. If you read hard, you will able to score more marks out of 100. You can able to score 100. That is the simple logic. But if you will not study, then you will not become successful. So as you sow, so shall you reap. In the harvest time, if you till the field by that means furrow, that is by plowing, to plow the land, raised, and two sides the soil goes. That is your furrow. I mean to say, you're tilling the field, you're furrowing, you're preparing the field for your crops to grow. If you take utmost care, or by heart and soul, if you take preparation very finely, and grow the crops, and if you grow the crops of fine quality, then you will get a rich or healthy production. That is, as you sow, so shall you reap. Um, Another, it will be coming automatically. A bad workman always quarrels with his tools. In Bengali, little bit I will say, নাচতে না জানলে উঠানের দোষ. In Assamese, নাচিবলৈ নাজানিলে চোতালৰ দোষ. Bad workman always quarrels with his tools. That is simple. You understand that a man who is not perfect in doing any task, he will only he will only scolds with his tools, and he will say that these tools are not good. That is why I can't do the activity finally. That is, they will say that these things are not good, and that is why I am unable to do the work properly. That is the thing, it has been clear to you. A bad workman always quarrels with his tools. That means he will always try to find out the faults. He will try to he will try to find out the faults of the instruments, not himself. That is, he is not adept, he is not well expert, he is not naive. He is not going to agree that it is his wrong, but he will try to find out the wrongs of that very instruments. That is why. But the expert people, you know, the people who are well adept, they are readily eh, they are readily prepared to do anything, and they will do it properly, and thus they become successful. Then the other things, Rome city was not built in a day. The hidden meaning of that is that, civilization has started gradually, and the construction of the Rome city is held, or the construction of the Rome city is made not in a day, means not, it's not momentary, it's not suddenly, it's not instantly, but it takes many and many years or decades or centuries. That is, the civilization. First, the people were nomadic, and gradually, from your starting of settlement, starting of agriculture, starting of settlement. In this way, one house, two house. In this way, the village formed, the society forms, village forms, then the panchayat, then your the district, state, and like this. And in this way, from right from the society or family, then your society, then your district, state, town, and in this way, city forms. It's very simple. So, Rome city was not built in a day. That is, to establish the city of Rome, it requires a lot of hardships of the people, of the people, toils and tears, lots of labors. Many generations had passed, and after that, the city of Rome was built. That is simple. Is nothing can be received without your hardship, dedication, labor. If you study the biography or autobiography of the great personalities, you will see they are starting. They they had started from from your zero. After that, gradually, for their honesty, for their truthfulness, for their simplicity, they had become great, and then all their hardships are heard by the people, and they became, in this way, they became a legend. Many things only coming and coming, and your English proverb, it's coming. Strike the iron while it is hot. This is a suggestion for doing or accomplishing any task, work, or job or deed in time. If if you not heat the iron while it is red or hot, then the your blacksmith or goldsmith, they will not be able to make the instruments like sickle, spade, and all. You know, same meaning. Another English proverb comes to my mind. Make your hay while the sun shines. Make your hay while the sun shines. It is also uh, the best example. That means when the rays of the sun will comes out, then you will have to you will have to make your hay by spreading them, you know, in the sunshine, and then only the hay will be dried up and it will be ready for the cattle's. Cattle, mm, the things which cattle meaning I am going to tell you, the animals which gives us milk, which uh, gives your the baby or milk. Yes, for example, goat, sheep, cow, buffalo. These are your cattle, and dairy farming like this. So for the cattle also, and the hay, hay, thatch like this. These are the things. Now again, you are that is makes your hay while the sun shines. Then another thing is that speed thrills but kills. If you do anything immediately, briskly, quickly, swiftly, hurriedly, then it will give you pleasure, it will give you gladness, it will give you jocundness, it will give you midness, it will give you happiness, it will give you cheerfulness. Speed thrills but kills, but the consequences, but the results, but the fruit will be your expiring, finishing, becoming dead. That is so. ये जो जल्दी का काम होते हैं ना, ये शैतान का होते हैं, और जो धीरे का काम, रहमानी वाला काम होते हैं, अल्लाह के नाम पे होते हैं. That is some Hindi I had uttered, and in Bengali, that is said here. In Bengali, it is said. In Bengali, what it is said, do you know? আস্তে কাজগুলো হয়েছে রহমানি, আর জলদি কাজ হয়েছে শैतानी. शैतान का काम होते the activities of doing quickly is the activities of Satan, and if you do slowly, gradually, and if you are honest, it is the work taking the name, and God will be merciful to you, and Allah will do the rahim to you, mercy to you. That is very hope very interesting, and I hope I can able to make you understand. Speed thrills but kills. The writings, when you will go to the Guwahati city, these things are written in the walls. You know, you will also notice in the school walls the men with the two sides, your furrowing hair, and making a mid in the middle furrow. I mean, I'm giving you the lively picture of the man like the Terenam cinema of Salman Khan. His hair was like this. He was a good human being, a good teacher who had expired in the Shillong University. I think you have understood the people about whom, the very person about whom I am talking, and for that very person, the flags of the superpower nation, that is United States of America, they had made half down the flag. He is none other than the most adorable, respected, and unanimously the world people loved him very much. He was the person, he was the missile man, the person who sells newspaper with his cousin, the person who had taken food, being a Muslim, to a Brahmin family. The teacher, Brahmin teacher, loved him very much. He was the president of India, the missile man of India, Dr. Abul Pakir Jainaluddin Abdul Kalam, whom I personally met after the occurrence of the tsunami at the campus of Cotton College. I was really astonished by hearing his voice. He was in South Indian, and he said in his speech the voice every when he speaks, you know, the sounds of the that comes to the sound box, like it will be burst up from inside. He gave his energy. He was a fine people. He used to give some principles, some lessons, and he used to mm, give some promissory. I mean, he used to dictate the oath to the students. I swear I will not speak, I will not tell lies, I will become a good person first. I will love my father and mother, like this. He had told so many things about, you know, what point I am going to tell. I had not divert, I had remembered, because in the schools walls of Guwahati city or any other city, you will you will see the sayings of this very great man. After his saying, the name is written by or said by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Yes, to see the dream little is a crime, told by him. If you will dream, dream bigger. Little dream is a crime. To have little dream is a crime. That is told by him. So pious a man, giving lectures in Shillong University, he told the people not to give holidays because the nation will be in a loss. So his mentality, his broad outlook, the outlook of the president, we should stand and salute this kind of personality. And I also am saluting, and may this human soul rest in peace and will find the Jannatul Firdaus, that is the paradise. So saying so, as time is not permitting me, I'm to go to school, so I have to have bath and take my food, breakfast. So thanking to all, I will come in my next video. Hope you will enjoy. Thanks to all. Thanks. Stay fine. Do the good work. Don't. If you can't help others, don't harm. And finally, thanking to the Facebook Meta. I'm going to leave. Thanks.